If you're looking for cheap and instant Madden Ultimate Team coins, head on over to MutCoinBank.com and use the discount code RBT for 10% off. And if you're looking for packs actually worth opening, check out MaddenMascot.com and use code RBT for 10% off. Yo, what is going on, everybody? This is Samuel Brown, aka RBT, coming at you with another video today. But before we even get into today's video, I want to address something because I know every single comment is going to be asking this, because every single comment in the last couple of videos that I uploaded has been asking this. My series, all of them will resume tomorrow. The Browns Connected Franchise series and the Memory of McNair series will be resuming very soon. I've been out of town at PAX East, and I had to get videos ready to upload ahead of time, and I didn't have enough time to actually record those series because they take a lot longer than some other videos do, so that's why some random videos were uploaded throughout the weekend. And I just got back from PAX East, and it's impossible with my upload speed to record those series, which were a lot longer, and upload them in the same exact day because it would just take way too long to upload. So that's why I'm uploading these videos today. So it's either upload these videos today or just upload no videos. And obviously I wanted to upload these videos, even though I know half the comments are going to be people aggravated at me for not uploading my Brown series or my Memory of McNair series. But rest assured, they will start tomorrow. Don't hate me. Yo, what is going on, everybody? This is Samuel Brown, aka RBT, coming at you with another Madden 17 experiment today. And today, we're going to be seeing who Madden 17 believes will win the Super Bowl in 2018. I have the most updated rosters to this point. All of the free agency signings have been made, aside from obviously the players that have not signed yet, which there are some pretty big players out there who still have not signed with teams, but we'll see who Madden thinks will sign those remaining free agents. They're going to sim the season and see who Madden 17 does think will win the Super Bowl. I want you guys to let me know in the comment section below what you thought of free agency so far, which teams you think have made the biggest moves. As a Titans fan, I'm pissed. We've missed out on Alshon Jeffrey. We've missed out most likely on Dont'a Hightower. Our biggest sign has been Jonathan Cyprien. Had so much money to spend, and what do we do with it? Nothing. So I'm pretty pissed about that, but I mean, it is what it is. I mean, Logan Ryan was a pretty good signing too, but we could have done a lot better than what we did. And also, I want you to let me know in the comment section below who you think will win the Super Bowl next year after seeing all these free agency signings and seeing which teams have really bolstered their lineup more than others. So if you do enjoy today's video, let me know by dropping a like. And if we can hit 1,500 likes on this video, I'll upload a Draft Champions video later tonight, which I've not done in a very long time. So 1,500 likes, and I'll be sure to do that. Now, what we're going to do in today's video, like I said, there are some free agents out there that have yet to be signed, and I'm going to show you them really quick. We're going to sim to week 1 of the regular season. We're at week 1 of the preseason right now and see where all these free agents go. Like, you still have Jamal Charles, you still have Dont'a Hightower, Adrian Peterson. The latest signing, I believe, was Eddie Lacy, and I went ahead and made that happen too. He's on the Seahawks now. You got Zach Brown, LeGarrette Blount, Tony Romo, you have Terrence Newman, Jerome Felton, you have Corey Graham, Perry Riley, Pat McAfee, Jared Cook, and Quan Bolt, who just said he's coming back for another season, Elvis Dumerville, and Gerald Hodges. So some pretty good players that are still out there that some teams could sign. And before we actually sim the season, we're going to see where all these free agents end up. And the reason I picked the Jacksonville Jaguars to use her in this simulation is because they just made some incredible moves in this free agency. So here are where the remaining free agents end up. Just going to really highlight the big ones. Shaquan Jarrett went to the Cardinals. You have Josh Boyd went to the Redskins. Louis Delmas went to the Texans. You had Andre Holmes at the Panthers, and Quan Bolden went to the Colts, which is most likely to be his last season in the NFL. Bradley McDougald to the Cowboys, Brandon Fusco to the Seahawks, Jasper Brinkley to the 49ers, Ojan Warner back to the Colts where he was originally, Trey Mason to the Colts as well. They made some pretty big signings. Kyshawn Jarrett to the Raiders, Jairus Byrd to the Dolphins. You had some other big ones. Darrelle Revis back to the Jets. That's crazy. That's probably not going to happen. We're like Brian Quick to the Bengals, Percy Harvin to the Bills, Luke Wilson to the Raiders. You had Ray Armstrong to the Giants, William Campbell to the Packers. I know there's a lot bigger ones out there. You have AP and a couple others. They're going to be found eventually. Eric Walden to the Jets. I think he's been linked to the Titans. Brandon Mosley to the 49ers. Chris Long to the Ravens. You had Latavius Murray to the Jets. Adrian Peterson went back to the Vikings. That's crazy. Don't really know if that's going to happen, but we'll have to see. Roy Miller to my Titans. Terrence Newman to the Texans. Brandon Carr to the Cardinals. Brandon Flowers to the Saints. Josh Johnson to the 49ers, Elvis Dumerville to the Texans, EJ Manuel also to the Texans, Nick Mangold was a pretty big signing to the Chiefs. Pretty crazy right here. Nick Foles went to the Eagles, and the Eagles released Chase Daniel, and now he's a Ram. Who knows if that's going to happen in real life. Doug Free to the Colts, that's a pretty decent signing. Jay Yates to the Giants, James Laurinaitis to the Giants, AJ Hawk to the Bills, Darius Butler to the Bills, King Dunlap to my Titans. He just got released today, I believe. Geno Smith to the Chargers, Evan Mathis to the Dolphins. There's still some pretty big ones. Aaron Henderson to the Vikings, Jay Cutler to the Seahawks, That's definitely not going to happen, I don't think. Sebastian Vollmer also to the Seahawks. Blaine Gabbert to the Raiders. Bruce Carter to the Raiders. Mario Williams to the Packers. Andre Smith to the Falcons. Nate Irving to the Falcons. You have Case Keenum going to the Bears. I mean, maybe there's a shot for that one. I don't know. Sia Moore to the Patriots. Kevin Minter to the Bengals. RG3 to the Lions. Josh Bynes to the Lions. Colin Kaepernick to the Eagles. I don't know about that one. That would be crazy. Jonathan Hankins, this is a pretty decent one, to the Steelers. Vincent Jackson to the Rams. Kamar Aiken to the Broncos. Victor Cruz to the Lions. Derek Cook to the Giants. That's a big one. That's happened twice in my 2 simulations having to do with free agents. So Austin Patzor to the Cowboys. DeAndre Levy to the Patriots. That's a decent one. Jarvis Jones to the Vikings. Luis Vasquez to the Cardinals. Greg Hardy to the Texans. Tony Romo to the Jets, man. That could happen. Dante Hightower went to the Ravens of all teams. Zach Brown to the Buccaneers. That's a pretty big one. Quentin Coples to the Cardinals and Nick Folk to the Giants. So the Packers actually picked up LeGarrette Blount, and that's also the second time that this has happened in as many simulations. And Jamal Charles replaces Latavius Murray in Oakland to sign with the Raiders. So even with the Jaguars making a ton of huge signings, they didn't make the playoffs. We're going to have to see who did make the playoffs. In the AFC South, my Titans went 4-12. That sucks. The Texans do win the division at 9-7. Now let's go ahead and check out the rest of the standings from each and every division. We're first going to go to the AFC North. The Steelers win, going 11-4. The rest of the teams didn't make the playoffs. The Browns went 2-14. They did make some pretty big signings, but obviously didn't help them out too much. AFC South we already saw. The AFC East, the Patriots, although they lost a lot of players, still went 11-5. The Bills went 9-7, did make the playoffs. In the AFC West, didn't Tony Romo sign with the Jets? He went 3-12. That's not too good. Now the AFC West, the Raiders win the division. Chiefs come in second, 9-7, clinch a wild card spot. The Broncos didn't do too well, nor did the Chargers. NFC North, the Packers have a big season, although they lost Eddie Lacy, 13-3. And the Lions made a decent amount of signings too, went 12-4. The Bucks and the Falcons are the 2 teams to make the playoffs out of this division, both going 10-6. The Panthers and Saints didn't have too good of seasons. NFC East, the Redskins make the playoffs at 10-6. The Eagles and Cowboys both did not make the playoffs, and the Giants go 6-10. In the NFC West, the Rams of all teams, they made a ton of free agency signings, went 11-5, and the Seahawks went 10-6. Didn't make the playoffs with the wild card spot. That's crazy. Nor did the Cardinals, and the 49ers once again had a pretty bad season. You had Matthew Stafford coming in second, Big Ben in third, Tom Brady in fourth, Le'Veon Bell in fifth, Alex Smith in sixth, Russell Wilson seventh, Kirk Cousins of all quarterbacks in eighth, Matt Ryan in ninth, and Phillip Rivers in 10th. Tony Romo actually had a pretty decent season with the Jets. 4,200 yards, 30 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions, and they only won 3 games. That's crazy. I didn't realize this one. Brock Osweiler was actually the starting quarterback of the Cleveland Browns. They signed him out of free agency. He threw for almost 4,000 yards, 25 TDs, and 18 interceptions. Brian Hoyer with the 49ers, who for 3,800 yards, just 1 yard less, and 22 touchdowns and 12 interceptions. And Mike Glennon, the new starting quarterback of the Chicago Bears, threw for 3,400 yards, 21 touchdowns, 19 interceptions, and was sacked 53 times. Actually had a better season than the worst starting quarterback according to Madden 17, Cam Newton. And the 4 top running backs out of free agency all had pretty good seasons, like back-to-back in terms of the rushing yards. Adrian Peterson with his old team, I guess. The Vikings, 1,400 yards and 6 TDs. LeGarrette Blount, almost 1,400 yards, 17 touchdowns. And then Jamal Charles had almost 1,400 yards and 10 touchdowns. Eddie Lacy, 1,300 yards and 9 touchdowns. And crazy enough, out of all the wide receivers that signed with new teams, it looks like Marquise Goodwin had the best season. Had 1,100 yards and 5 touchdowns. And then Alshon Jeffrey, who I really wanted my Tennessee Titans to get, had a pretty good season. Well, actually, no, he didn't. Wow, I just saw that. 880 yards, which is decent, but only 1 receiving touchdown. I think Eagle fans really hope he does better than that in real life. And last but not least, Brandon Cooks, the new New England Patriots after that trade, which absolutely, I believe, shafted the Saints. 856 yards, 7 touchdowns, not a bad season. We're at the conference championship game, and it looks like it's the Patriots at the Steelers and the Rams at Packers. So, some familiar teams right there, so it doesn't seem like much has changed. But let's see what happened in the divisional rounds. Steelers absolutely blew out the Bills. Packers barely beat the Falcons, which is kind of like the opposite of what happened in real life. The Patriots in a shootout with the Texans won by 4, and the Rams beat the Buccaneers in the divisional round. And it looks like the Steelers beat the Patriots by a touchdown, 42-35, and the Packers beat the Rams 35-24. So it's going to be a Steelers versus Packers Super Bowl. And to end off today's video, Madden 17 believes the winner of the 2018 Super Bowl is going to be the Green Bay Packers 40-36 over the Pittsburgh Steelers. Aaron Rodgers had a good game, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks, and Big Ben looks like he was the difference maker right there with 3 interceptions in this one. The new LeGarrette Blount had 79 yards and 2 touchdowns on the ground, and Le'Veon Bell, arguably the best running back in the NFL, showed why with 4 touchdowns and 156 yards, but not enough to overcome the interceptions of Big Ben, as the Packers are Super Bowl champions. So guys, that is going to do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it, and if you did, make sure to drop a like. Like I said, 1,500 likes by tonight, and there will be a Draft Champions video out later. And let me know in the comment section below, like I said, who you think wins the Super Bowl next year after all these free agency signings, and what do you think of your team's free agency so far. But that's going to do it, guys. With that said, be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I will catch you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.